Hey YouTube, what's up everyone? It is me, Camilla Aaron. I'm making a quick video to talk to all my fans, followers, subscribers, and people who have watched me for some time. So if you've been watching the Camilla Journey on my channel, you'll know that I have been making YouTube videos about transgender related content since the summer of 2023. If you go and check in my video content, you'll see that I have over 150 videos. But most of those videos were related to transgender stuff started around 2023. My channel goes all the way back to 2019, fall of 2019, where I uploaded a series of maybe 5 to 10 videos, but did not pursue the channel beyond that. In the 2022, I think, was around the year that I started reviewing disposable vapes. So like these things. This is not a disposable, this is one with a pod, but disposable vapes being, vapes like Elf bars or Lost Mary or Geek bars. And I did that. I would go and buy those vapes, taste them and review them. And I thought that was going to be my niche. There was a couple other competitors. There was a guy named Disposable Dad was his channel, and he actually got monetized, I believe, because he was having vendors mail him vapes to try on his channel. Now, I never made it to that level, and I actually never monetized my channel. I take that back. My channel was monetized for like a 6-week window, until I had to contact the IRS for an EIN number, an employee identification number, in order to monetize and make money off of my channel. So, have I monetized my channel? No, I haven't, and I never gained a cent from my channel. I am in the process of monetizing my channel, going through the process of getting the correct paperwork from the Internal Revenue Service and monetizing the Camilla Aaron channel, but that's in the works, and I'm not doing that right now. Today I'm talking about my book, Dear Mom and Dad. Dear Mom and Dad is a conservative transgender memoir. It's based on my life. I talk about early childhood, growing up as a transgender person in the 1990s, so I was born in 1990. What was it like experiencing gender dysphoria in the 90s, not knowing what gender dysphoria was, not having access to a computer at that time, going to a private school, private Christian school, where my library didn't have any resources about my feelings, or I didn't know what gender identity disorder was back then, is what it was called. I went to a private Christian school, so the libraries had no books for me to figure out what I was dealing with. And it wasn't until I was in middle school where I came out to my mother and told her I felt like I was born in the wrong body. I know that's so cliche, but for 11 or 12-year-old me, that's all I know how to phrase it. That's the only new way I knew how to word this topic. So I talked to my mom about it and asked her to please not tell my father. I think I was 11. And so anyhow, I came out to my mom and she kept this a secret. But the book goes into a lot of detail about my life growing up in the 90s and the 2000s with gender dysphoria, not knowing what it was called, not knowing how to deal with it, seeking therapy, coming out to my therapist, talking about these issues with my therapist. And I leave out the intersex element in this book. So I'm an intersex person, and that's a huge part of my story. But in this book, I exclude it. I do, I guess I could say, qualify myself as an intersex person in the book. And I state maybe 2 or 3 times in total of the whole book, I am intersex, but I do explain that I'm leaving this element out in this book to completely dedicate this book towards my transgender audience. The book is geared towards transgender people, loved ones of transgender people, which I think the book is truly geared towards parents of trans people, loved ones like spouses of people who are considering transitioning, as well as curious people who want to learn. Like my therapist, she's going to buy a copy of my book, and she told me create a flyer that she's going to create and hang. She's going to hang in her office and create sales for me by giving this to all of her trans clients. So basically, the book that I'm creating, I'm going to make a QR code for her, this flyer to give her. And she's going to suggest this to all of her trans clients. So this book is geared towards anything trans related. If you're considering transitioning, if you're a fan of my channel and want to learn about my life and stuff beyond what I've shared on this channel, like deep and more personal stuff, if you really want to get to know Aaron as a human and like read about my childhood and what makes me and the person behind this channel that you've been watching, if you'd like to know about that and why I am the way I am and my quirky personality and all the things that make me, buying this book for $12.99 will allow you to get to know me. Now, it is available as an ebook for $9.99 and a softback copy for $12.99. Unfortunately, there are no hardback copies. I do offer the option, if you do order a copy of this book, or if you reach out to me to email my socials, I will post my email. You can order a copy through me, which I will go ahead and order myself and pay for it, and I will sign it and email it, or mail it to you rather. If you'd like a signed copy, I can write it to your name, like let's say your name's John. Dear John, thank you so much for supporting my channel. I really appreciate you buying my book. Thank you for all your support. Love, Aaron. And I can mail it to you. That is a way, or if you buy your book and mail it to me, I can sign it and write a personalized letter to you in the cover. That is an option for you. There are many ways we can get a signed copy to you. I can either order it, send it to you, or you can order it, mail it to me. I can mail it back. There's plenty of ways we can work around getting you a signed copy should you want that. But I'm sure most people just want to read my story, and if that's the case, it's available on Amazon. I recommend buying this book. It really is 12 plus years of transgender experience condensed into 150 pages. I put my heart and soul into it. When my mom was diagnosed with cancer, I started writing about 2,000 words a day minimum, and I just banged the book out. I wrote 2,000 words a day, every day. When I figured my mom has a limited time before she starts chemotherapy, I wanted to get this book released so that she's able to read it before she gets too weak to read it. And I wanted to make it available to her. I wanted to make it available to my dad, because my parents' time is limited on this earth, and I know if mom goes down, dad's gonna go down with the ship. And they've been married for 43, going on 44 years, and my dad has a history of heart attacks. It would not surprise me if when mom does unfortunately pass, dad won't be around much longer after that. And I just know that in my heart. I know God has a will that I don't know. I can't predict the future. But I know my parents really well. I love my dad to the moon and back. I love my mom to the moon and back. And my dad is like my best friend. And I kind of just unfortunately have a hunch that when mom goes, so will he. And I wanted this to be available to them. I need them to read this. Even though they've seen my transition, they've seen me grow up, they literally parented me. I'd like them to read the book, so I titled it Dear Mom and Dad. And at the very end of the book, there's a whole book, and then I have two little letters. One to dear fans, and that's to you all. That's to all my viewers, my subscribers on YouTube, my YouTube fans. I write a personalized letter, a short letter to you all. And I thank you all. And I'm sure that some of you would love to read that letter, because there's a lot I explained to my audience, and thank you all. Just try not to get emotional over it. It's very from the heart, it's very honest, it's very true. I can't thank you enough and show you my appreciation. It's why I keep uploading these videos. It's why I keep making content. And this channel has been made out of altruism. It's not something that I made to monetize. I didn't create this channel so that I can make a bunch of money. I haven't made a penny off of my YouTube channel. Technically, I made $14 in ad revenue that short time that my channel was monetized, but not enough to withdraw. I've never made this for money. I've made this channel to help people who are considering transitioning, to dissuade people who are considering from transitioning, unless it's truly what they need, and I'm not trying to gatekeep, I'm just trying to explain that transitions really should be left as a last resort scenario. If you can work out your gender identity issues with a therapist and a psychiatrist, I highly recommend this, and I explain this in my book because of the stigma, the stereotypes, the discrimination, and all of that is explained in the book. That gender transition, sex changes really should be used as a last resort. And I go into detail about that. But I thank my fans for my support. And I thank my parents for all they've done in their note. So I have a dear thank you to my fans letter, which is about a page long. And at the very end, I have a dear thank you to my mom and dad, which is about a page and a half long. But the whole paperback book is about 150 pages, and the ebook is just under 100 pages. So it's more condensed. It's 13 font, so it's a little bit bigger. It's easy to read. I didn't want to do 12 font because my mom has glaucoma. I wanted her to be able to read this easier, and I figured 13 font would be a good font size. It's easier to read for people who struggle with seeing. So I went with 13 font in the book. I just want this book to be able to help people. So I created a book that's sole purpose was to explain my life story, explain my belief systems, explain why transgender people are no longer accepted in society, especially here in the Americas. It's North America, especially, United States. Why have we lost acceptance? Well, my book explains that, and it's all due to extreme radical leftism and us shoving our transsexuality in the straight people's faces. And 20 years ago, we fought to not have labels. And as I say in my videos, we fought to not have labels. But now there's like 72,241 genders. But, 20 years ago, there was just 2. And I explain why that's an issue. We let everyone identify as transgender in the past 10 years. And when you let everybody and their brother under that umbrella, it's going to cause problems. My book explains why the transgender community has lost acceptance. Why the LG and the B no longer want the T as part of it. Now, I know the LG and the B are sexual orientation. That's who you go to bed with. The T is gender identity. That's who you go to bed as. And they really should be separated, in my belief. But that's not what the book is about. The book is about transitioning, the pros, the cons. It explains for loved ones of transgender people why trans people feel the way they feel. It's a medical condition. Gender dysphoria, previously known. I'm sorry, I just drank a fizzy drink. It's previously known as gender identity disorder. I have hiccups, so I'm gonna have to end this video. Please consider buying the book. I'm not saying that to make money. I'm saying that if you're a fan of mine and you've watched me for any length of time, my book will connect all the dots and make my channel make a lot more sense to you. And it's a small amount to pay, but it will help you understand me a lot better and I think you'll get a lot more out of my channel once you've read my books. It'll connect all the dots. I put my heart and soul into this book, so I talk about some stuff that I've never talked about on this channel. It's gonna blow your mind. I talk about I'm very vulnerable in this book, so I'm very anxious about releasing this. I talk about stuff that I don't talk about on my channel. And I have to save all the juicy content for the book. I can't talk about it all here. But what I will say is all names in this book have been changed for anonymity. And that's the one thing I will say. All names have been changed. I go by Camilla Aaron. My birth name was Aaron, and my chosen name is Camilla. I've always embraced the Aaron name. It's a unisex name, and it's a unisex spelling. If I was Aaron, I doubt I would be using that name, but I'm Eran, Aaron, which is still technically a male spelling, but most people don't know that, so I don't mind using it, and I would refuse to deprive my parents of Aaron, and that is something that they named me. I don't like them calling me Camilla. I'm not Camilla to them. I'll always be Aaron. And I try to explain to parents or loved ones, family of a transgender person, especially someone who's just starting out. This is a support book for loved ones. And this is also a book if you're considering transitioning, you really need to read this book. You may not transition, and you may transition after reading this. This may help you figure it out. This may put all the dots together for that too. You can search Dear Mom and Dad, a conservative transgender memoir by Camilla Aaron. It's available on Amazon. It's available on over 40 online retailers as an ebook, but you can buy the paperback and the ebook online. I'm going to link the ebook and the paperback in the description of this video. For $9.99 you get the ebook, and for $12.99 you can get the paperback. There's going to be no hardback copy. I just didn't want to make those. They cost too much to print. I only make $5 a pop off of these books, so I'm not making $12.99 after the royalties and the cost to produce and print and ship. I'm making $4.99 a pop, so I'm not making a whole lot off of these. This is the first thing that I'll ever make money off of in regards to my sharing my stories and sharing my advice and sharing my life with people. And this is 12 plus years of transition experience shared in 150 pages. I save you 12 years worth of experience for $12.99. And that's not me trying to sell this to you. This is me trying to promote a concept, an idea, and an experience. And I have to sell it. I can't give it away free because I did work for it, and I have to make some form of money off of it, and I hope you do understand that. I don't charge you for my videos. I don't charge you for my time. I don't have a bunch of ads running in my videos. I don't have sponsorships. But this is one opportunity for me to help my family. My mother has cancer. I don't think that she's gonna live through this, to be honest. And this is an opportunity for me to help my family financially. I'm only able to withdraw money from this every 60 days, so it's not something I have frequent access to money from, but this will hopefully help me out, help my family out, and hopefully help you out too. So please consider checking this out. Links in the bio. I hope it helps. Thank you for being a supporter of the Camilla Aaron channel, formerly known as the Aaron channel. And thank you for being a fan and your loyal viewing, your loyal and continued support of me. It means the world to me. That's why I keep making these videos. That's why I'm still here making these videos for you all. Thank you, sincerely. God bless you all. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. Your support has been unwavering, and it's given me enough endurance and drive to write a book. I could now say I'm a published author, and I'm the only person in my entire family that has the ability to say that. I'm proud of myself. I love you all so much, and thank you again. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Love you all. Bye.